friends, welcome to today's video. I'll be closing out my July budget and showing you what progress I made this month or lack thereof, and we'll just run through it together. This is going to be my last closeout in a physical planner, which is exciting because I have my digital planner up and ready to go. So in the month of August and for hopefully the rest of time, I'll be doing digital budget planning. So yeah, let's just get into it for our last physical paper planning session for my budget. So for the month of July, pretty much everything happened the way it was supposed to. Not a whole lot unexpected from a bills perspective. I was able to bring in $3,378 of income, including my side hustle paychecks or take-home paychecks. I underspent in bills because I overestimated on my insurance because I think my overall plan just costs less now, which is interesting. So I'm going to readjust that in my budget. And I spent less on like small group classes at the gym, things like that. And I always round up, so some of that is just rounding. For my spending, I was under budget, but only by a few dollars, which was all from weeks 1 and 2, because weeks 3 and 4, I spent every penny. For my cash envelopes, I was on track to save $236, and I saved $434, so that's really exciting. Then for my sinking funds, I was supposed to save $460 and I saved $882. So again, almost doubled that, which is exciting. And then finally for extra debt payments, my plan this month was just to pay off my iPhone, but I did start saving a little bit for my student loans. So I put $110 towards that. So we put $247 towards extra debt payments, which left my budget with about $73, which I think was just in my buffer account in my checking. So that's why that is there. So that's kind of an overview of my spending. I did go ahead and fill out some of these trackers. So this is my debt payoff tracker, and in total this month, I put $270.09 towards debt payoff. 110 of that went to my student loans savings. So I'm not paying it off immediately. I'm just kind of saving that money and I'll pay it off eventually. And I did pay off my iPhone, so I'm consumer debt free, which is super exciting. So let's see what the monthly debt progress was. So we started the month with $4,784.41 of debt. And now we have $4,514.32. So our debt went down by $270.09, which makes sense because none of my debt had interest. And then if we divide that by what we started with, we made 5.65% of progress towards my overall remaining debt this month. And then for my overall debt progress, we started with over $13,000 of debt, and now we have about $4,500. So we have paid off $8,687.06 since starting this journey. And if we divide that by the debt we started with, I am 65.8% through my debt payoff journey. So I'm officially 2/3 done, which is so exciting. This just feels so manageable after paying off all my credit cards. So that is really, really exciting. My next tracker is my net worth. Last month, my net worth was $41,866. And this month it did go down by about $10. That's because I finished paying off California, and my retirement fund didn't grow very much this month, so that was, the stock market must have gone down a little bit, and I did spend a lot out of my cash envelopes this month, which we'll see in a minute. So it went down by less than a percentage, which is fine. I think this is the first month we've had where it's dropped by such a little amount, so it pretty much stayed the same essentially. And then just comparing my spending, or my overall spending for the month, I brought in $3,378, and of that I put 52% towards bills and spending, 39% towards savings, and 7% towards debt payoff. So overall, it was a good month because I was under and over budget in the right categories. But I am hoping to spend less and increase my debt payoff savings more next month. So that's just kind of my notes and reflections on that. And then when I compare July to June, the main things are that I took home more money this month, which makes sense because in June my Etsy shop was pretty much closed the whole month, so that makes sense. And then in terms of comparing spending, I definitely spent more. Bills and spending went down a little bit, but I also made more money this month, so that makes sense. And my categories changed a little, so I had to combine some categories to make this make sense, because if y'all watch my channel, my envelopes did change in my wallet for July. My bills went down a little bit, and then my overall savings, let's see if we add this up, because I didn't break them up the same way last month. So I put 38.9% towards savings this month and 44.8% that month, so I definitely saved less. Some of that is because of putting so much money towards my California savings. I did put more towards debt though this month than I did last month, so I had some money not going to savings because it was going to debt. So overall, I feel like the comparison is pretty equal. So I'm hoping the July-August comparison is going to be a lot better, because these were like my have fun spend months. But now that we're going into August, I'm going to get more serious about cutting back on spending and saving more and putting more towards debt. And then my last closeout page just shows a breakdown of debt versus savings. So I put, oops, I didn't update this. Okay. So at first I wasn't going to count the 110 I put towards student loans, but I decided to go ahead and do that. So when including that, I put $270 towards debt, like we mentioned, which is about 8% of my total available funds. Almost 60% of that went towards paying off my iPhone, and 40% went towards this student loan 4, which is my bigger student loan that has higher interest when interest is accruing. So I want to start with that because I use the debt avalanche method. And some wins are that I would consumer debt free because I paid off my iPhone, and that's my last consumer debt. Now I just have student loans. Then for savings, I include the money I put towards retirement savings, I had $3,613 available to me. I saved $1,551 of that, which is about 42% of my take-home pay. $235 went towards my retirement, which is 15.15% of my savings money. And then 28% went towards my cash envelopes, and 57% went towards my sinking funds. And some things I want to improve on: I want to do less impulse spending. I want to save more money for taxes and put more money towards my student loans, and just in general decrease my spending and increase my savings in August. So sorry I didn't do a lot of this on camera with you, but I kind of wanted to speed through it just because I feel like this month wasn't super interesting. It's not like I made a ton of like debt payoff progress or anything, so that is why I already did some of this. And I did update some of my annual trackers as well. This is my financial overview where I just compare like different things across the year. For my income, I made kind of a fair amount this month, one of my lower months compared to all of the others, but still really good. My short-term savings account balance dropped by about $200 since June, and my long-term savings account is pretty much staying stable. And retirement only grew by about $200 this past month. And my consumer debt balance is $0, and my student loan debt balance, if I include that 110, is now $4,514, so it finally went down a little bit. And my net worth is about $10 less than last month just because of some spending. So this will just be nice to have just to see how things grow and change over time. My spending tracker is similar, except I track the spending in different categories. So the hard thing is that a lot of my spending categories did change. So I'm just accounting for these first four. My categories right now are groceries, going out, spending, and fun. So I'm only going to track those top four for now. And then for revolving sinking funds, I'm calling that my cash envelopes now. And I did spend $521 out of that, which is quite a bit of spending, which I think contributed to my net worth going down. And then my fixed sinking funds, I spent a lot less than last month because I didn't have California. I spent $347. So in total, I spent $1,494, which was 44% of my income, which is pretty on par with other months. Specifically, April looks really, really similar. So hoping August will be more like February, January in terms of spending. I'd love to keep spending under 30% of my income for next month, but we shall see. Then y'all know I paid off my Bank of America credit card. I paid off my Citi credit card, and now we're on to student loans. So for this month, I put $110 towards this larger loan. So its new balance is $3,815.39. And my other loan hasn't changed at all. So going into next month, this will be my starting balance. I probably won't put anything towards this next month. And then now we're gonna have this new balance going into August. And I think my goal payment is $200 because I'm hoping to put $100 each time I stuff from my regular paycheck. So then if I did that, my new balance would be $3,615.39. So we will see at the end of August what I was able to actually put towards this loan. And then my iPhone is paid off, so that is really exciting. Now getting into my student loan trackers, my balance has officially dropped a little bit. So that is what's seen here on this chart. We're now at $4,514 for my overall student loan debt payoff, which means for this, we have paid off $110, and each hat represents $46.24. So I can fill in 2 hats. And these printables are available on my Etsy shop, which is always linked down below if you're interested in having a student loan debt payoff tracker of your own. This is another version of the same thing, and since I paid off $110 and each line is $92, I already know I can only fill in 1 line. So we'll go ahead and do that now. There we go, starting to make a little bit of progress. And then for my first loan, which is the one we're paying off first, you'll see it did drop a little bit going into August because of the $110 payment. So we'll just start tracking that drop for the rest of the year. And since we paid off 110, and we can divide that by 39.25, we can still only color in 2 hats. So we'll go ahead and do that now. All right, so this is how much progress we've made on my student loan 4, which is my bigger loan. And then here we can still only fill in 1 line because we've only put $110 towards this loan. I'm gonna go gray on this one. I didn't like the way the other color looked. All right. And then for my smaller student loan, no progress has been made this month, so we are not going to color in any of these trackers today. So that is it for my closeout video. Short and sweet. Just wanted to give y'all an overview after I went through and reviewed some of my financials, and I'll be coming out soon with my August budget with me video where I'm going to budget out everything for August, and then we'll jump straight into the first cash envelope stuffing for week 1 of August, or week 1 and 2, I guess. So yeah, let me know down below if you like these videos, if you want me to continue to post them. I've tried to decide if I want to continue doing closeout videos or if I just want to do more focus on like my sinking funds and actually like counting money and things like that. So if you want me to keep these videos, definitely let me know down below, because they definitely get less views and they take a lot longer for me to film and edit. So if y'all aren't interested in them, then I'll, just start filling in with other content. So let me know, and I will keep that in mind moving forward into August. I hope y'all are having a great week, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.